Greetings, programs. Welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews. Before we even get started, I'm going to say massive shout out and thank you to Zachamus Prime for hooking me up with this figure. Link to his channel in the description. Go show the guy some love. He reviews all kinds of really cool third-party stuff that it's above my pay grade and above my pay, which is currently 0. But yeah, he actually hooked me up, and so we are going to be taking our first look at a proper third-party figure on this channel with Magic Square. It's Transporter, also known as Ultra Magnus. Yes, he gave me the box too. I have to point out, I love the reference on the box with, the kid from the uber giant planet where the Transformers were the toys when they went there. That's a great reference. Yes, this is a high-class collectible. This is not a toy. This is serious business. Yeah. Here we've got pictures of not Magnus, more pictures of not Magnus, yet more pictures of not Magnus. There's a lot of pictures of not Magnus on this box. Have you caught on to that yet? Yeah, the more, hey, be safe with it kind of stuff. I'm going to not launch that box and damage it. But yeah, here we have not Magnus in his truck mode, and I have got to say, I am very, very impressed with this figure, actually. As you can see, we've got the whole Magnus shebang going on. We've got a really, really well done, G1 power convoy, whatever, truck cab going on here. These guys, little missiles, you can turn them and aim them. The trailer is actually articulated, which is always cool. There's not a ton to go over, but it is worth pointing and looking at this thing going, holy cow, they did a really good job, and it's really tiny. Also, just to point out, it does have spots to put Autobot insignias if you have any extras laying around. I do not deal in extra third-party labels and stuff, so sadly I do not have any Autobot labels to put on him. He's got one up there too for what will be the shoulder. But yeah, this truck mode is really, really good. Be aware that, yeah, a few parts of it, when you're working on this size scale, you can only make so many tabs. So, it is very easy to start folding up the tires there or, fold the cab of the truck. It's nothing major. All the joints on this guy are actually very solid. So, yeah, there's parts you can knock out of alignment, but you do have to manhandle it a little bit to actually, cause that to happen. And again, this is made for ages 16 and up. No children allowed. You should be able to handle your high-quality collectible with care. So yeah, that garbage aside, he rolls really great, so you can play with him like a toy. As usual, transformation will be in a separate video. Let's get him in his robot mode. Alright, and here we are with little Transporter in his robot mode, and wow. That is really all I have to say about this guy is, wow. I am very, very impressed. As small as that is actually a really nicely done head sculpt. I don't have good lighting at the moment to show it, but he is light piped, which is always a nice touch in my book. I love light piping. I like these little clear spots in the chest. Just, this is a shockingly clean and well done little figure. I am genuinely so impressed with this guy. Posability on him is really good. The head is on this little hinge right there to get you some up and ever so slightly bit of down before his chin gets in the way of his chest, or vice versa, depending on how you look at it. Head can also rotate. Just be careful of the little tiny head antennas there. Arm can rotate all the way around. Can move out pretty decent amount of way, actually. Amount of range, I guess. Yeah, I butchered the English language there. But, again, for being a Magnus figure and having these, big stacks on his shoulders, that's actually a pretty commendable amount of motion there. There is a bicep swivel, 90-degree bend at the elbow, little bit of wrist rotation. It's a kind of weird that they ended up making this piece extend just slightly, and that's enough to make it so all you get is this little tiny wrist wiggle instead of a full rotation. Bummer, but really not a big deal. He does have a rotation right there at the torso. Because of the transformation joints there, you actually end up with an ab crunch or an arcing back, depending on what you want. Really, really cool at this scale, especially. Little side skirts here will fold out a little bit to let him kick out. Only about that far. Not super, not crazy range, but again, it's tiny. And it has to do a lot already. Kicks forward, kicks back. A little bit past 90 degrees at the knee. Really good ankle tilt. Yeah, this is a shockingly fantastic little figure, and he does come with one more accessory, that being a little tiny Matrix of Leadership. Be warned that the paint on this Matrix of Leadership flakes off if you so much as think about it for too long, it's a bummer, but I'm sure I could very easily just repaint it. You can see it's even flaking off on my hands, but that's not too big of a deal. What's weird, though, is that he can't really use it in any way. Like, this could be a case of they included this to go with another figure that was already out kind of thing. I know third parties do that a lot, but the only way you're really going to get this guy to hold this is if you can kind of wiggle his fingers up between, like, the grooves in the side. And then he can, walk around holding a Matrix. He can hold it with both hands if you're, like, really fuss with it and take the time. It's kind of pointless that he's got it, but it is cool. He can, do the whole darn it open thing. Yes, this is still a non-swearing channel, even when it comes to quoting a movie, but whatever. Yeah, the Matrix really makes no sense other than the fact that he had a Matrix in the movie, so, he carried it for a while, so we gotta give it to him too. That aside, everything else about this figure is so freaking good. Like, holy cow, he is very, very small, great articulation, really fun transformation. Everything looks great. There's a lot of detail for something this size. This one figure completely sold me on, what the deal is with the whole third-party Legends class thing. This is awesome. I cannot recommend this guy enough. If you have a chance to get him, get him. Just get him. Yeah. Thanks again to Zachamus for hooking me up with this guy. Again, go check him out, show him some love. And as always, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.